In order for us to calculate your points in real time, you will need to submit your form at the end of each round. This will bring you to an Edit Your Response page. Click on Edit Your Response, and then under the Pick a Round menu, select the round that we're playing. For example, here is the History round, and you can see all of the answer fields for you to fill in as you're playing along. Once you've filled those in, click Submit, Edit Your Response, and then head on over to the next round of gameplay. Again, here we've picked the Serial Killer round, click Next. All of the answer fields are there, and once you're finished, click Submit, and then edit your response once again.
I am now unmuted on YouTube as well. I heard a few people had already had it open because I heard the Edit Your Response video. So good stuff, guys. As promised, is a Toy Story number. This is 2.5 minutes. Get your team name in within this song. You'll get a bonus point. Here we go. Good luck, ladies and gentlemen.
You've got a friend in me. You've got a friend in me. When the road looks
Oh, do I not have access to the...
miles from your nice warm bed.
Am I co-host?
You just remember what your old past said. Boy, you got a friend in me.
Yeah, I can't leave.
Yeah, you got a friend in me. You got a friend in me. You got a friend in me. You got trouble, and I got them too. There isn't anything I wouldn't do for you. We stick together, see it through, 'cause you got a friend in me. You got a friend in me. Some other folks might be a little bit smarter than I am, big and stronger too, maybe, but none of them will.
About 40 seconds left on this one, guys. Get those team names in. Get those team names in. Looking forward to... I love a pun. If you're looking for that bonus point,
A friendship will never
it's a strong way to go. A bit of a pun.
You got a friend in me. You got a friend in me. You got a friend in me.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, bonus points there for Breakout Room 1 and Breakout Room 3. Just waiting on Breakout Room 2 now. As promised, Robert, we don't want to disappoint. Are you in Breakout Room 2, Robert? Was this because you wanted... You're not. I see you're in Breakout Room. We're going to give you 15 seconds of Duran Duran. All the teams are in, but we'll give you 15 seconds just so we don't disappoint any of the Duran Duran fans. Here we go. Right, ladies and gentlemen, that was top speed. Well done. I'm just going to check with the support guys to make sure everyone's good to go, and then we'll crack on.
Woman, you want me, give me a sign, and catch my breathing even closer behind.
There we go, ladies and gentlemen. That was just for you, Robert. A bit of Duran Duran, just so we don't disappoint. Well, I will say, all teams getting all teams getting their team names in within the first song. I think that might be unheard of. Very well done, guys. So you've all got a bonus point. Anyway, with that, we're going to crack on with the show. ladies and gentlemen, let's give them a massive round of applause. Here we go. There we go, ladies and gentlemen. There we go. Thank you. Thank you. Oh. There we go, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Bucket Races, a journey through the history of game shows. A 90-minute interactive head-to-head bespoke game show experience where you're going to be competing in teams to try and earn the most points and be crowned Bucket Races, a journey through the history of game shows champion. So, let's take a little look at who we've got on the game show this afternoon. We've got Alpha Males, we've got Rusty Bucket, and we've got Risky Quizness, ladies and gentlemen. I'll tell you what, that's a difficult one for me to award a bonus point to. I think, I'll tell you what, we've had about 5,500 players do at least one of our games over the last 6 months. We've not had the team name Risky Quizness before. Can you believe it? It's not come up. We've had every pun I can think of, but we're going to give them a point. And I'm sorry, Alpha Males, but we're also going to give a point to Rusty Bucket because they put Bucket in their name. There we go. They're off the mark, ladies and gentlemen. The Alpha Males. I'm not sure how they're going to take that. We'll see. We'll see, ladies and gentlemen. But good team names all round. So, Risky Quizness is in Breakout Room 3, Rusty Bucket Breakout Room 2, Alpha Males in Breakout Room 1. We will put all of the players in each team on the chat at the end so you know who you're playing against, ladies and gentlemen. But other than that, let's crack on with the show. We need to jump into our studio now. Here we are. This is our virtual studio. And the game show always begins in the 1930s. That's when the first broadcast came out of the BBC. That was 1936. And then it wasn't long until the first game show appeared. That was 1938. Its name was Spelling Bee. Teams of established organisations would go head-to-head at spelling the most correct words. Now, Spelling Bee was the only game show of the 1930s. So come and join me for the first game show ever, ladies and gentlemen, Spelling Bee!
For the second time, the battle is on, and Pathé Gazette is privileged to present exclusive pictures inside Broadcasting House with spelling master Tom Woodruff at the table on the right. The British spellers you will see at the microphone are first actress Fabia Drake, second Secretary Margaret Baines, and third schoolboy J.E. Killick.
Hello! Welcome to Spelling Bee. The rules are simple. Spell the word correctly and you'll get yourself the points. I shall read 2 words to you in total and you'll have around 20 seconds to work out their spelling. I shall now read to you your first word. Your first word is verdancy. That's verdancy. I shall now use it in a sentence. I was surprised when I visited Scotland by the almost rainforest-like verdancy of the gardens. Verdancy. Your second word is nudisturgeon. That's nudisturgeon. I shall now use it in a sentence. Nudisturgeon is one of the only words not in the iPhone dictionary. It means the day before yesterday. Nudisturgeon. And there we go, ladies and gentlemen. That's it for Spelling Bee. Thank you and good night. So get those answers submitted and then edit your response. Head on over to the next round of gameplay. We won't go back and reveal the answers for the first one, but we will do it on subsequent rounds. Well done, Alpha Males. Top flight speed there. Top flight speed. Spelling verdancy correct. Very well done. You've also spelt nudie sturgeon correct. And there's a few questions in this game show that only very few teams have got correct. I think, as I said, about 5,500 people, which is around, divide that by 3 typically for team sizes. So it's a good few teams now have played this, and Rusty Bucket, you spelt it as well. This is unbelievable. This always seems to happen though. There seems to be we've had it before when a couple of businesses have had spelt it. I can't believe this. Risky quizness. Has iPhone added it to the dictionary? This is unbelievable. So all teams there getting 2 out of 2. Yeah, and I think out of the sort of 1,000 odd teams, you're the 15th, 16th and 17th team to get that right. Unbelievable. Right, guys, well done. Expecting big things. Now, we're going to head on over to the 1950s. That's because in the 1940s, television production shut down. We were in the throes of the Second World War. The games you can see on your screen now were all American game shows. But in the UK, we were in the throes of the Second World War, and it meant that it wasn't until the 1950s that Britain went game showing mad. Game shows were popping up left, right and centre. The first game show whose name still means anything to anyone is What's My Line? That's because that actually ran from the mid-50s all the way through to the 90s. So a few people may have caught the tail end of that one. And then in the 50s, we were introduced to the first ever music formatted game show. It was this one.
Name That Tune, brought to you by amazing Liquid Free Zone that removes corns and calluses, relieves pain fast. And now Free Zone presents Name That Tune. Yes, it's Name That Tune with Harry Salter's Orchestra and starring George DeWitt.
Thank you very much. Welcome to Name That Tune. This is meant to be my Elvis costume. Again, doesn't look too bad this afternoon. This has been with us since some of the props haven't lasted as long, but this has been with us since October. And I mean, it looks like I'm slowly being possessed by Cher. But or maybe that Kevin Keegan's had a bit of a big first quarter. I don't know. But anyway, it's meant to be Elvis. Welcome to Name That Tune. We've got 4 songs for you now. All absolute bangers. One from the 70s, one from the 80s, one from the 90s, one from the noughties. All you've got to do is try and name that tune. Now, there's a few curveballs in there. Best of luck. I'm afraid no more Duran Duran, Robert, but that's just how it goes sometimes. Here's an absolute hit from the 1970s, ladies and gentlemen. But can you name that tune? There we go, ladies and gentlemen. That was one from the 70s. Now we've got one from the 1980s, ladies and gentlemen. So, it's a hit in the UK and the USA. It was number 1. Now, it's also been a meme for 10 years. I don't know if there's anyone who has been doing a bit of DIY since we've been in lockdown. Maybe you've ended up on YouTube. If you've you've probably come across this video, ladies and gentlemen. As I said, it was a huge hit back in the 80s. Can you name that tune? There we go, ladies and gentlemen. Now we've got one from the 1990s. It was the beginning of girl power. I actually saw these guys in concert twice. The first time I was 9, I think I was actually pretty excited. That was Euro 96, I remember it well. Second time I was 14. There you go. Pretty sure I went kicking and screaming. But that being said, I'm very grateful now because they've almost become British icons. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. An absolute hit from the 1990s. But can you name that tune? And there we go, ladies and gentlemen. Now we've got one from the noughties. He's a producer, a rapper, a singer-songwriter, if you can call him that. He's actually created a film about his own life. Anyway, here's one of his massive hits from the early noughties. But can you name that tune?
Look, if you had one shot, one opportunity to seize everything you ever wanted, one moment that you captured, just let it slip. Yo, his palms are sweaty, knees weak, arms are heavy. There's vomit on his sweater already. Mom's spaghetti, he's nervous.
There we go, ladies and gentlemen. So there's all of the songs. Now we will reveal what the answers were on this one. You guys are cruising through this. It does get a bit more difficult. We'll call that a bit of a warm-up round. Although you'll be surprised, not all the teams always get these right. But well done, guys. 2 4 out of 4s at the moment. We'll see how risky Quizness does. But Alpha Males and Rusty Buckets, you've got yourself 4 out of 4. So no messing about. It's even Stevens on the scores in the first 2 rounds. Things will start to separate, though, in the next few rounds, as you'll see. So best of luck, ladies and gentlemen. Waiting on Risky Quizness. Let's see what they're bringing. Now remember, guys, Risky Quizness, you have to edit your response, just in case you haven't headed on over to the next round. If you have, they might just be taking extra time as they discuss the first one. The first one's normally the one that catches people out. There we go. They're in, ladies and gentlemen, and they haven't been caught out. 4 out of 4 for all teams. So I won't beat round the bush. I'll just give you the answers. Tune number 1, The Freak. Number 2, Never Gonna Give You Up. Number 3, Wannabe. Number 4, Lose Yourself. So nice stuff, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to be heading on over to the 1960s now. So you can skip over People Are Funny. Skip over People Are Funny. That's the party trick round that people would send submissions in. But we didn't get any for this game show night. So we're heading on over to the 1960s, ladies and gentlemen. And in the 1960s, the BBC started a second channel that was BBC Two. It did little to alter the outlook for game shows because it had been designed for more serious programming. The first game show to start to break the mould was It's a Knockout, which was ridiculous. If you haven't seen it, it's worth getting up on YouTube after this. There were these huge costumes over 10 feet tall. It had guns, bungee runs. It was just pure chaos. Good entertainment. And at the end of the 60s, we were introduced to the first ever sports formatted game show. It was this one. To Questions of Sport, ladies and gentlemen. This is a game show that has entered itself into the Game Showing Hall of Fame. That's because it's the first game show to only ever have 3 presenters to have been running for such a long time. Now, Sue Barker is moving on, but when I wrote this originally, it was only 3 presenters. And every other game show that has been running that started in the 60s has had a break. Now, Question of Sport has never taken a break. It's run year on year on year. So there we go, ladies and gentlemen. A bit of game showing trivia for you there. The Game Show Hall of Fame. Now, don't worry if you're not a sports buff. We're not going to be asking you to stretch your cranial muscles on sports trivia, ladies and gentlemen. No, no, no. Instead, you're going to be placing your bets on our genuinely live, randomised electronic sports racing, horse racing rig. You'll see what I mean when it pops up on the screen. So what you've got to try and do is either get first place correct, second place, or third place. Now, you only get to place 1 bet, but if you get first place correct, you'll get 3 points, second place 2 points, third place 1 point. There's no points for 4th place, no points for each way, ladies and gentlemen. So here we go. Hope you like horse puns. Saddle up as we take a trip on down to the, let's call it the Bucket Race Derby for this next one. Get those bets in, ladies and gentlemen. Best of luck. In lane 1, it's main event. In lane 2, it's Maybelline. In lane 3, we've got Naked. And in lane 4, it's Financially Stable. So place those bets, Rusty Buckets, top speed there, get those bets in. It's a 2-lap race, ladies and gentlemen, it's a 2-lap race. Here we go, and they're off! Financially Stable with a very good start out of the starting gate there. Looks like maybe it's Maybelline who's going to take the first corner. Maybe it's Maybelline out by a nose. Naked is off the pace on this one. Condolences if anyone put their faith in Naked. It looks like it's going to be team Financially Stable and Main Event. Maybe it's Maybelline falling off the pace now, but Main Event taking a very good corner there. Main Event out in front, taking the first place, second place. Financially Stable, third place, maybe it's Maybelline, and then fourth place, Condolences out for males, fourth place, Naked. Oh, there we go, very well done. If you put your money in Main Event, if you put your faith in Main Event, ladies and gentlemen, you would have earned yourself 3 points. If you put your faith in Financially Stable, 2 points. And 1 point for maybe it's Maybelline. No points for Naked. And with that, we're back to the studio. Oh! There we go, ladies and gentlemen. Now we had to order that from there's not many of those left. It's called the Peaswood Derby. There's only a handful left. We had to get it in an auction on eBay and then get a specialist to fix it. Hope think it was worth it, ladies and gentlemen. It's genuinely a different winner each time. Well done if you put your money on Main Event. He got 3 points. Financially Stable picking up 2 points for Risky Quizness. Rusty Bucket getting 1 point for maybe it's Maybelline. And I'm afraid no points there for Alpha Males putting their faith in Naked. Not this afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Now, we're going to be heading on over to the 1970s. And in the 1970s, Britain was in a bit of a recession. It meant that a new type of game show host was popping up. It was typically a comedian, and they had lots of material given the economic situation, and they were having their fun over on ITV, and it meant that in rebuttal the BBC decided that they were going to create a new style of game shows specifically for families, a little bit light-hearted. One of them was called Ask the Family, and the next one was this absolute classic.
Life is the name of the game, and I want to play the game with you. Life can be terribly tame if you don't play the game with two. And I want to play the game with you.
So it's nice to see you. There we go, ladies and gentlemen. Hopefully some people shouting that at their screens at home. Welcome to Bucket Race's generational game. Now, the original version of this saw teams get into couples, and those couples were always a generation apart. Hence the name, the Generation Game. They would go head-to-head on a series of tasks and challenges, and the ultimate winners would have the opportunity at winning big prizes on the conveyor belt game. And that's exactly what you're going to be doing this evening, ladies and gentlemen. In just a moment, a series of 15 items are going to run past the screen. And all you need to do is try and memorise as many of those items as you can. Once the items have finished passing by the screen, a 1-minute countdown timer will appear. You need to try and list as many of the items as you can remember. So, you click next on your answer form once the items are finished passing by the screen. If you don't submit your answers within the minute, you'll get no points. So, it times you out from our end. So, remember, answer within the minute. Now, the other thing I'll say is there's only so many spellings that we could think of that people might put in. So, you're more likely to get the points if you spell it how it's spelled on the screen, ladies and gentlemen. Other than that, best of luck. 15 items, 1 item per box. Here we go. This is the conveyor belt now. these are all items we genuinely own. We used to do this manually, but now we do it digitally. But the first one is a Polaroid camera. The second one's the moon. Now, we don't own the actual moon. I think Jeff Bezos started somebody, but we had a little toy version. There you go, a cuddly toy. That's a cuddly toy, not a teddy bear. A robot money box, a PlayStation 1, a lava lamp, and a baby Groot. Dollar bill loo roll. Mario Kart 64. Crystal maze ball. Adult Heelys. Coffee terrarium. A snow machine. A bucket race trophy. And a pipe. So, best of luck, ladies and gentlemen. 1 minute on the clock. Remember, submit within the minute or you don't get any points. Best of luck. Time starts now. You get to see backstage now, ladies and gentlemen. So, now there's a slight delay on the stream, which means I have to count to about 7 in my head. But there we go, ladies and gentlemen. I can see them coming. Very well done there. Very well done, Rusty Buckets. Well within time. We've got about 3 seconds left for Risky Quizness and Alpha Males, ladies and gentlemen. Hopefully they're going to be in any second now. We're going to go back and reveal the answers, ladies and gentlemen. Go back and reveal the answers. Let's see what you may have missed. Very well done, Rusty Buckets. A score above 8 on this is good. I see the bar coming in. Has it timed them out? It doesn't look like it has. Risky Quizness is in. Well done. Let's check out the answers, ladies and gentlemen. Here we go. Number 1, Polaroid camera. Number 2, the moon. Number 3, cuddly toy. Robot money box. PlayStation 1. Lava lamp. Baby Groot. Dollar bill loo roll. Mario Kart 64. Crystal maze ball. Coffee terrarium. A snow machine. A bucket race trophy. And a pipe. Very well done, ladies and gentlemen. It says that everyone clicked submit within the time, so good job. Alpha Males, Dollar Lou. You've just put Dollar Lou. No points for that, but you did get the points for Mario Kart. You did very well. You actually got 13. Very close to the timeout there, but you've got the points. Well done. Let's give me a round of applause. If my round of applause. There we go. There we are. It's good stuff, ladies and gentlemen. It started to separate the pack a little bit. Let's give a little roundup on the scores. Now, Alpha Males are out in front, so not getting the point for the team name doesn't seem to have halted them. They're on 20 points. Risky Quizness and Rusty Buckets are there on 19. So it's very close, ladies and gentlemen. There's only a point in it. We're going to be sticking around in the 1970s for one more game show round. This game show round, it touches on what I was saying about comedic hosts. It was full of them, and it also started utilising something else which became a trend in the 70s. That was celebrity panellists and celebrity guests. This next game show was the third most watched television show when it was reprised this Christmas, and I think it better sums up a comedic host and a celebrity panel than any other. It was this one. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, here we go. Now, we're in the 70s, which means I need to get my shades, and I've also got a peace symbol around here as well. I've actually got some sort of love hippie shades. There we go. And a peace symbol, just to get super immersive. Right, all you need to do on this round, ladies and gentlemen, is match the blanks with the answers that celebrities gave in the 1970s. We don't have any celebrities in the studios today, but we do have the answers that they gave in the 70s. So if you're able to match the blanks with your answers with theirs that they gave back then, you get the point. There's 3 statements overall, ladies and gentlemen. We've got to get the tunes on as well, as we're in the 70s. And the first statement is this. Delilah cut off Samson's hair to sap his strength. But I just heard that first she cut off his blank to slow him down. So head on over to the answer form. Tell us, do you think it was A, legs, B, moustache, C, beard, or D, rations? For the next one, ladies and gentlemen, there are no multiple choices. You've got to fill the answer in. James Bond was so drunk, he couldn't even blank straight. So, what do you reckon it is, ladies and gentlemen? What do you reckon it is? And finally, we asked our 1970s audience, which one of these phrases is the most popular? Mind your own business, mind your step, or mind your language. Best of luck, ladies and gentlemen. Best of luck. Got a minute left on this one. There we go, ladies and gentlemen. So, here we go. Oh, looping back round. Answers coming in now. Good stuff. 3 out of 3 for Rusty Bucket there, and 2 out of 2 for Risky Quizness and Alpha Males. Let's go back and reveal the answers. Now, we've got a bit of a Magnum PI now running down the Florida Boulevard with the bass guitar. And we asked you for the first one. Delilah cut off Samson's hair to sap his strength, but I first heard that she cut off his legs to slow him down. That was legs. Then we asked, James Bond was so drunk, all teams getting this, he couldn't even shoot straight, ladies and gentlemen. Shoot straight. Lots of people put C for that, and some other people put some rather out there answers, but shoot's the most popular. Well done, everyone getting that correct. And finally, we asked our 1970s audience, which one of these phrases is the most popular? The answer is mind your language, ladies and gentlemen, mind your language. So very well done if you got that correct. With that, we're heading back to the studio. And we're heading on over to the 1980s now. So, the 1980s was the dawn of information technology, of computers. And computers were finding their ways into households and television production across the nation. It meant that there was a lot of electronic gimmickry entering into game shows. We saw things like the Krypton Factor. We also got game shows such as The Adventure Game, another one worth getting up on YouTube. Contestants would try and answer questions to cross a bridge to get into the planet Zorg. they got a question wrong, they would digitally plummet into the abyss of space. With all of the electronic gimmickry and anti-digital game show came into being, it launched the newly created Channel 4. It was the first ever programme to be aired on Channel 4. And it launched the now omnipresent Carol Vorderman's career into being. It was this one. There we go, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Final Countdown. Yes, it's Final Countdown. It's our version. It's similar to the original, but it's a bit different. In this game show round, we don't want you to spell the longest word. We would like you to spell an 8-letter, 7-letter, 6-letter, and 5-letter word. There are no points for 4-letter words, and there are no 9-letter words with this combination of letters. If you get an 8-letter word correct, you're going to get 4 points, 7 letters, 3 points, and so on. Now, there are 2 rounds in this. We'll be doing a second round, so you don't need to submit your answers until we've done both questions. But the first question, you get 30 seconds on the clock to try and spell an 8-letter, 7-letter, 6-letter, and 5-letter word. Best of luck, ladies and gentlemen. Your time starts now. There we go, ladies and gentlemen. Now, no need to submit anything yet. We've got one more round of Final Countdown. Well, they've already done it. They've skipped ahead. Rusty Buckets. You don't need the extra time. Well done. So, it's an anagram, ladies and gentlemen. It's the famous Final Countdown conundrum. It's Rusty Buckets. You've got full marks on this as well. You're storming ahead. Go grab a drink, guys. You know what's coming. For the other 2 teams, we'd like to solve the anagram. You've got another 30 seconds to try and rearrange the letters to make another 9-letter word. Please make sure you use all of the letters. And we will only be giving points for 9-letter words. 30 seconds on the clock. Best of luck. Time starts now. There we go, ladies and gentlemen. So the other teams can submit now. Rusty Bucket, if probably. I don't know. What's the word? What's a more exuberant word for taking a break? Gonna luau? It's like a Hawaiian version. I don't know. So get those answers in, ladies and gentlemen. Get those answers in. Well done as well to Risky Quizness. You guys are finding this. I'll tell you what, guys. There's a top score for the year, which I believe is 72 points. And you guys are getting close. I can feel it. Or might be getting close. We'll see. It's even Stevens on the scores overall, ladies and gentlemen. 34 points at this point is a whopping total. So very well done. We're going to go and reveal the answers now. So, for 8 letters, you've all gone for dribbles. There is an alternative. You could have had dibblers. 4 teams have answered dibblers. I still haven't looked up what it means, but it is a word according to the dictionary. 7 letters, you could have had a dribble, of course. You also could have had birdies, bridles, among other combinations. And then for the anagram, you all got this. It was scavenged. Now, we are known, or were known, for scavenger hunts with a twist, ladies and gentlemen. We do those in London. We've just started doing them again, actually. We built all of these games during lockdown. They've started in October. So we now do a bit of both. But sticking with our bread and butter, scavenger hunts with the twist. Scavenged was the word. So very well done if you got that. we're going to be heading back to the studio, and now we're going to stick around in the 1980s for one more game show round. In the 1980s, the Americas had struggled to sell any games to us for about 30 years. They last sold us games in the 1950s, and then all of our game shows were being imported from Europe or created in the UK themselves. That was until 1984 when America managed to break back into the UK, selling us one of their staple shows. It was this one. Yes, indeed, ladies and gentlemen, the UK had its own version of Wheel of Fortune. Well, Wheel of Fortune. This is Reel of Fortune. It's our version. In the first round, we would like you to fill in the blanks. Please fill in the blanks to try and get the correct answer. We'd also like you to try and give us the funny alternative that was said on live television in the 1980s in front of millions of people. In fact, I'm not sure if it was live, but it definitely made it to air. Now remember, this was an American who said this, so lots of people put English language. It was obviously American language for that reason. We're going to give you 1 minute to give us the right answer and the funny alternative. Best of luck. I'll give you one last clue. The funny alternative, they only got the first 2 words incorrect. They got the artist correct. 1 minute on the time, ladies and gentlemen. Time starts now. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, here we go. So, no need to submit anything yet, as we're going to be coming into a breakout room, and you're going to have a go at spinning our reel. Now, there's a bit more up for grabs on this, ladies and gentlemen, as you will see, because if you are spinning the reel, well, it can go either way. You can gain points, you can lose points, you can steal points. The other teams, though, if we don't come into your breakout room, don't worry, you're still in the mix. You're going to be trying to guess the answer, the colour that they land on. So here we go, ladies and gentlemen. I'll be in just a minute. If I come into your breakout room, please mute YouTube, because otherwise you're going to hear me twice. I'm going to be on YouTube and Zoom. So if I come into your breakout room, please mute YouTube. I'm on my way in now. Here we go. Mute YouTube.
Oh, it looks like he's coming into our room.
I'm in, Sam! You're right! How are we doing? That's Sarah you can hear giggling, ladies. You're on the audio, ladies. How's it going, Gavin? Nice to see you. We'll give you a round of applause, guys. There we go. So, guys, you're live. John, have you got an orange? Will you just show me an orange?
Cricket ball.
Oh, a cricket ball. I'll tell you what, John, that's going to come in handy later. You'll see. It's coming up. So keep a hold of that one. Right, guys, you're live on the audio. You're live on the audio. No one can see you, but they can hear you. So, do you have any words of encouragement or maybe words of competition?
Well, we're obviously going to win. That's all I can say.
Yeah.
There we go, ladies. This is Risky Quizness. Is that right? That's right, isn't it? Risky Quizness. Or are you Rusty Bucket?
Which Rusty Bucket?
You're Rusty Bucket. I knew it was one of the two. So well done, guys. I do like. Was the team name because you're doing a bucket race? Is that why you came up with bucket? Yeah, we liked that. That's why you got the point. They're getting lots of round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. Good stuff. Right. So here we go. We're going to reveal the reel for you now. I might be a bit small on your screen. If you stop sharing the video, you'll be able to see me a little bit bigger. But I'm also over on YouTube. So here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Let's spin the reel now. There we are. Now, You'll this music, Ed's on the call. You can see Ed down there. He wrote this. He's actually Ollie Murs' saxophonist. He's very good, but he also does all of the music for Bucket Race, and you can't tell that it's not the original, but it's not. Royalty free. There he is, cracking out the sax. So there we go, ladies and gentlemen. That's the reel. Now I'm going to talk you through. The other teams are trying to guess the colour. You don't get to do that bit, but there's a bit more up for grabs for you guys. So, you could lose a point. You can see the last team landed on lose 1 point. You don't want that. But what you might end up landing on is steal 2 points from the other teams. That's a bit of a jackpot. You could gain a point, gain 2 points, gain 3 points. You might gain 2 points and spin again. And if you land on pass, I'll be going into another breakout room. So, we have one question for you. Would you like us to spin the reel slow, medium or fast? And I'll give you a bit of background. We've got Evan in the studio today, and he's a... Did you just shout fast, Gavin?
No.
Oh, I thought I just heard someone go fast. I don't know, I'm hearing things. Evan's going to be spinning the reel. He's a gym instructor, and he can do these crazy things. He walks down the hands on his stairs. He does all this calisthenic stuff. Anyway, the reason I mention that, he actually spun it so hard once that it came off the hinges. But we're up for anything if you are, guys. So what would you like? Slow, medium or fast?
We have to go fast with that.
Well, I think we do have to go fast, but if it goes off its hinges, what do we get?
Well, we'll fix it and then try and go again. I don't know.
All right.
Oh no, I'll tell you what. We'll give you 3 if it. Well, I'll tell you what. We'll give you 4 points if it comes off the hinges. We'll give you 4 points. It's not happened.
Scream if you want to go faster.
Okay, right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going fast against all parental advisory. I say that, well, they could get extra points here, but I think it's not happened since. So let's go. Evan, a fast spin, please, Evan, wherever you are. If you can hear me, please. Oh, there he is. There we go. Oh! He's giving it a good whip. Doesn't look like it's coming off the hinges today. You'll see it. It starts rocking. Anyway, it's a traumatic moment for all. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, here we go. Plus 2 points, ladies and gentlemen. Go on, Gavin. Go on, Sam. I mean, you can't say fairer than that, is what I would say. You can't say fairer than that. Well done, guys. Good stuff. Have you got a drink in the office, Sarah?
Possibly.
Oh, we love it. Anything can happen on the game show night, ladies and gentlemen. So we love that. I hope you're enjoying yourselves, guys. Well done. Plus 2 points. So you can fill in your answers now for the rest of the round. But great result. Have you enjoyed being digital contestants on Reel of Fortune?
Highlight of my day.
Thumbs up there from Gavin. Thank you, sir. Right, guys, well done. Good stuff. I'm going back to the main breakout room. Get those answers in, and we'll see how everyone else got on as well. Okay, ladies and gentlemen. Did anyone get the colour? I'm just catching up now. Did anyone get the colour? Now, Rusty Buckets, you don't get to guess the colour because you got the 2 points for that. Well done, Risky Quizness. You've got 2 points on that. Risky, I don't know how you're doing it, guys. We're going to reveal the answer to the word wall now. 2 teams getting the funny alternative. I don't know. This is outrageous. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. I Have the Wine by Johnny Cash. So well done, Rusty Buckets and Risky Quizness. I wonder if you've done this before. Both teams picking up 2 points for that. All teams picking up points for the original, which is I Walk the Line by Johnny Cash. And 2 teams picking up points for the wheel. Obviously, Rusty Buckets there for getting a good spin. And Risky Quizness for... oh, what is going on there? I've disappeared. Risky Quizness for... That's from our American game show. Anyway, Risky Quizness for their... for their light blue. So very well done, ladies and gentlemen. You got a little bit of an insight into Price It Right from our American game show. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, we're heading back to the studio now. And we're going to be going on to the 1990s. And in the 90s, it's probably my favourite era. The economy was doing a lot better. Well, at the beginning it was anyway. So it meant that game shows and terrestrial stations were investing into bigger sets and bolder ideas. We ended up with things like Mr. Blobby. That made it through, made it off the cutting room floor. Brilliant concept. Hopefully some people have seen Noel's House Party. We also ended up with things like Gladiators, which saw essentially pro athletes take on contestants on a load of sports challenges inside a huge arena. We also were introduced to an influx of game shows built primarily for children, and some of these game shows were the first to invest in some wacky ideas and some ridiculous sets. Now, if you're my sort of age, which is 30s, then you may have wanted to be on some of these growing up. If you're not my sort of age, you may have seen them, and you're going to get a chance this afternoon regardless. The first one from the 1990s, ladies and gentlemen, is this one. Check it out. It's one of it's a bit niche, but it's one of my favourites. So here we go, ladies and gentlemen. First game show of the 1990s. There we go, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Losers Weepers. Neil couldn't make it. I've stolen his hair. Anyway, he's too busy denying he's Banksy. I don't know if you saw that. Last year, Neil Buchanan had to come out. He's the man from Art Attack. He had to come out and deny that he's Banksy. Anyway, I've stolen his hair. He couldn't be. It's our version. It's Losers Weepers. Anyway, the original version of this took part inside a huge house without a front-facing wall. Contestants would have to work out a riddle and then find the item from within their own homes. Now, Sarah, you're not going to have the luxury of doing this. Well, I don't know. I would have thought not. But hopefully some of the other guys will be able to pick up the slack, because you need to find an item from within your own home and then bring it back with you to the screen. Now, if you're the one already submitting the answers, you can just take a selfie. If you're the person, I saw one of them doing it on the computer. If you're doing that, you can always let Ed know and he'll put in the points, but he'll want to see some evidence. Or the alternative is to take a photo of the Zoom screen. You can take a photo of the Zoom screen as well. That's what you can do. We're not super strict on this, ladies and gentlemen. We just want a bit of evidence to make sure that you've done it. So, here's the riddle. You're going to have 20 seconds after the riddle. I'll give you a hug, but please don't hog, because I'll make you sweat if you get the wrong tog, ladies and gentlemen. So there we go, 20 seconds, best of luck. There we go. Now, we know this can take a little moment. So, while you're getting those answers to us, we're going to head on over to the next round of the 1990s, ladies and gentlemen. I need to make the most of this wig. It's this one.
It's wacky, it's fun, it's crazy, it's outrageous. Fun house, a whole lot of fun, prizes to be won. It's a real crazy show where anything will go. Fun house, it's a race, real wacky place. Use your body and your brain if you want to play the game.
It's time for Fun House. Wacky contestants, messy games, the Fun Kart Grand Prix race, and a crazy chase to win lots of prizes. Now here's the guy who puts the fun into Fun House, Pat Shaw! And here's the Fun House! Oh, yes!
Yes, indeed, ladies and gentlemen. A quiz, a race, a real wacky place. It's Fun House. It's our version. So, in keeping with the original, which was full of guns, confetti, balloons, and a huge indoor soft playhouse, we've got another challenge for you. We would like you to find an item from within your home, throw it up in the air, and catch it behind your back 3 times in a row. Now, there's a kicker to this. You need to do it with your hands covered in slimy washing up liquid, because that's the gunge. So I'm going to give you some suggestions, ladies and gentlemen. You could use a ball, or an apple, I should say, or an orange, or you could use a sponge. It's right next to the washing up liquid. Someone once used an inflatable crocodile, and it worked. So it's completely up to you, ladies and gentlemen. Remember, none of this juggling behind the back business. It's got to be up over your head and catch it behind your back 3 times in a row. So, we're going to give you 2 minutes to do this one. Anyone can give it a go. And remember, you can either film the screen or you can try and take a selfie. A bit difficult on this one unless you've got a tripod, but it's up to you how you want to do it, ladies and gentlemen. 2 minutes on the clock. Best of luck. Time starts now.
Go!
There we go, ladies and gentlemen. There we go. So, again, we know it can take a little moment for those to get uploaded, and you don't need to submit until the next bit anyway, ladies and gentlemen, because we're going to be doing our version of the Fun Kart Grand Prix race now. Now, the Fun Kart Grand Prix was probably the most notorious part of Punhouse. We don't have any go-karts today. The original version saw people go head-to-head on a wacky go-karting track. They collect tokens along the way. Instead, this we had to order from America. Luckily, we did it before there were any problems with getting items into the country because of Brexit and all this business. So it's a 6-lane Hot Wheels drag race, ladies and gentlemen. You only get points for first place. You get 3 points for first place, but no points for the other lanes. There's 6 lanes to choose from. I hope you like car puns, ladies and gentlemen. So here we go. We're going to take a look at our version of the Fun Kart Grand Prix race. So get those bets in, and here we go.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go!
Get on home, Get on home, Get on home, Get on home,
In lane 1, it's Maximus Diesel. In lane 2, Avocado. In lane 3, it's Cardinal Sin. Lane 4 is Too Fast, Too Furious. Lane 5, we've got Carnivorous. And then in lane 6, ladies and gentlemen, Caribbean. So get those bets in. You'll see the cars any moment now. There they are. And away we go, ladies and gentlemen. 6 lanes. Who will be the winner? Oh! Lane 4, ladies and gentlemen. Lane 4. Lane 4. That is Too Fast, Too Furious. So, well done if anyone got those at home. I'll let you know, ladies and gentlemen, Avocado wins about 30% of the time. Too Fast, Too Furious wins about 50% of the time. And 10% of the time, it's Cardinal Sin or Maximus Diesel. So, there we go, ladies and gentlemen. Well done if you got that right. And with that, we're back to the studio. Oh. So, risky quizness. Risky quizness. I don't know what's going on there. You put avocado and then changed to Too Fast, Too Furious. I think just within time. I'll get Ed to go check. I don't know if it was before or after the race had finished. I'm not entirely sure. Alpha males, if you're having problems uploading anything, because of the video size, let Ed know, and he'll trust you in terms of which car you put your money on. Other than that, ladies and gentlemen, we're sticking around in the 90s for one more game show round. I can lose this now, although maybe I should have kept it on. Because we're in the middle of the 90s, ladies and gentlemen, things got a little bit more serious. We hit into a bit of a recession, and it meant that there was less money for game shows. TV stations were investing into lower budget game shows, and the new type of game show popped up. Things like Ready, Steady, Cook and Bargain Hunt. They were lifestyle game shows. They lacked the razzmatazz of their predecessors. And it meant that lots of people started to switch over to things like Sky Television, which was very popular with shows like The Simpsons and The X-Files. It meant that nearer the mid to late 90s, the terrestrial stations needed to try and recapture their audience. We started to come out of the recession, and they decided to take a bold step in the world of television programming and the world of game shows. Now, anyone who's seen the documentary will know that this was really quite a big risk. They had no idea if it would work. But after the first evening's programming, the phone lines lit up. They made all of their money back in one evening, and it's a huge success. It's now the most widely distributed and most successful game show of all time. And this is the bold step that they took.
Tonight and for the next 10 nights, you'll be watching British quiz show history. For the first time on UK TV, we have a top prize available of £1 million, and it could be won here tonight. No tricks, no traps. Join us now for Who Wants to Be a Millionaire?
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to You Want to Be a Millionaire? You are now 5 questions away from earning your team a total of 15 whole points. Unlike the game show, if you get a question wrong, you can continue. And remember, there are no lifelines. The questions range from the easiest to the hardest. And the harder the questions are, the more points they are worth. So come and join me for a round of You Want to Be a Millionaire? Question number 1. For 1 point. Which tool was used as a weapon by the Norse god Thor? Is it A, pliers, B, a hammer, C, a screwdriver, or D, a saw? Question number 2, which is of course for 2 points. What is the name of the classic dessert consisting of sponge cake and ice cream covered in meringue? Is it A, baked Rhode Island, B, baked Wyoming, C, baked Connecticut, or D, baked Alaska? Question number 3, for 3 points. Which of these is a religious event celebrated in Hinduism? Is it A, Diwali, B, Ramadan, C, Hanukkah, or D, Whitsun? Question number 4, for 4 points. Which toxic substance is obtained from the pressed seeds of the castor oil plant? Is it A, sarin, B, strychnine, C, ricin, or D, cyanide? Question number 4. Genuinely a £1 million question. And this afternoon, for 5 points. In the history of motorsport, which of these iconic races was held first? A. Le Mans 24 Hours. Le Mans 24 Hours. B. Monaco Grand Prix. C. Indy 500. Or D. Isle of Man TT. I ran out of time doing my Clarkson voice. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, get those answers in. Get those answers in. Get them in. And I said, I always get it in my ear. I often say Le Mans. Incorrect. I read it literally. I'm like, Le Mans. But it should be Le Mans. Anyway, well done, Risky Quizness. 5 out of 5. No messing about. No messing about for you guys. Alpha males, you've been tripped up on 1 question. And we're still waiting on Rusty Bucket, ladies and gentlemen. Now, we're going to do a roundup of the scores after this one. It's been a little while since we've done it. And it's an important round to do it on. Because everything can change in the next round. Rusty Bucket's there with 15 as well. So, we're going to do the answers now, ladies and gentlemen, very quickly. The answer to question number 1. Which weapon was used by the Norse god Thor? That's a hammer. Baked Alaska is the dessert consisting of sponge cake and ice cream covered in meringue. Diwali is the festival of lights celebrated in Hinduism. Ricin is the toxic substance that comes from the pressed seeds of the castor oil plant. And finally, for £1 million or 5 points, the Isle of Man TT was the first of those iconic motorsport events to begin. Ladies and gentlemen, so with that, we're back to the studio. We need to do a roundup of the scores. And it's pretty close, ladies and gentlemen. Currently in 3rd position. They were out in 1st. But now on 55 points is Alpha Males. On 64 points is Rusty Buckets. And Risky Quizness are on 66, ladies and gentlemen. Round of applause. Now, this next round, we're going to see if they want to risk it all. Now, do you want to risk it all to try and take the top score for the season? That's what. Do you want to be crowned genuinely Bucket Races Game Show Masters? Because the top score, as I said, is either 72 or 74. I need to verify it. But teams on 66 and 64, I believe you can reach it. But anything can happen in this next round, ladies and gentlemen. We're in the noughties now. And it was the dawn of real-time reality television. Reality TV was popping up left, right and centre. The first show of notoriety in the UK was, of course, Big Brother. It meant that game shows were pushing themselves to their extremes to try and stay on air. We started to see game shows such as SAS Are You Tough Enough, Shattered, which essentially kept people awake for a period of time and got them to do stuff. I don't think that would pass their health and safety these days. But there you go. And the now extremely famous Joe Rogan presented Fear Factor, which would push people to face their fears and push them to their extremes. However, unless you had a reality TV element, you didn't stay on air for long. They were quickly replaced with shows such as Strictly Come Dancing, X Factor, Come Dine With Me, or Britain's Got Talent. That was, of course, until game show god Noel Edmonds returned to our screens. 3 points up for grabs. And 2 identically sealed boxes. No question except one. Deal or no deal? Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Banker's Deal, where Noel Edmonds, during lockdown, has gone feral. Or perhaps he's been eaten by Hagrid. I don't know. Now, I've normally got another one of these, but I used it for a quiz that we did recently, where I was a Morris dancer. And this one's not as tight on my face, so I'm trying to stop it falling off. Anyway... welcome to Deal or No... That was terrible. I was trying to do my West Country accent. We'll leave that there. Right, ladies and gentlemen. 2 identically sealed boxes. 3 points up for grabs. No question except for one. Do you want to swap or no swap? Now, the box above my head... Oh, where are we? There. That is worth... I can't tell you what it's worth. What am I talking about? That is your swap box. This is your no swap box. I nearly told you what it might be worth. Anyway... So this is your no swap box. The one above my head's your swap box. God, nearly gave the game away. So, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to give you 30 seconds to decide do you want to swap or no swap. Pretty simple round. So get those answers. Oh, I wonder who that could be. Hello? Ah, it's the banker, ladies and gentlemen. Yes. Yes, I have left my normal beard in the other room, Mr. Banker. What do you mean it looks rubbish? Look, my headset's falling off and everything now. I'm on the phone to you. So please be... Yes, they did do pretty well on the real round. And yeah, alpha males could be set for a comeback, Mr. Banker. We need your help. All right, well, if you... Okay. All right, well, I'll let them know. I'm afraid the banker's made you a bit of a dreary offer, ladies and gentlemen. He says it's to help the alpha males, but I don't know if you agree. He's offered you 0 points, so it's the safe option, but it's not going to get you that top score for the year, he says. Anyway, so now you have the choice of if you want to swap, no swap, or take the banker's deal. 30 seconds on the music. Here we go. Get those answers in, ladies and gentlemen. You've got 30 seconds, and then we'll be revealing the boxes. Okay, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see what you do. Now, I'll get to see. I actually know what's in the box. So, they've gone different ways, ladies and gentlemen. Oh! I've just got it in my ear. Nice. All will be revealed, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see if you could have beaten the banker. Let's see if you could have had more than was on offer, ladies and gentlemen. 2 teams going for swap. 1 team going for no swap. So, here we are. Let's do the reveal. There we go, ladies and gentlemen. So, well done. Alpha males, you're bringing it back. Alpha males went no swap. And just to show you there's no funny business, ladies and gentlemen, Evan, please reveal the swap box. There we go. -3 for Risky Quizness and Rusty Bucket. They went for it. They wanted that top score. But in fact, they've brought alpha males back into the game, ladies and gentlemen. That's how it goes. Well done. We're back to the studio. And we're in the 2010s now. And it means this almost becomes a neckerchief. Right. 2 more game shows left. Now, the first one is one of the most popular game shows to secure the new daily broadcasting time slot of 5 p.m. Because of all of the ways that we have of watching television now, and at the beginning of the noughties, we had things like Freeview, cable, most people having over 120 channels. It meant that the idea of a prime time slot was starting to go out the window. Game shows were looking at new daily broadcasting time slots. They ended up on 5 p.m. So one of them is, of course, The Chase. One show of notoriety, The Chase. Now, we do play that. We have a version of that. But we're not going to be playing that this afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Or this evening now. We've crept into the evening. We're going to be playing their direct competitors over on BBC One. It's this one. Hello, hello. Welcome to Scoreless, where the aim of the game is to try and find the obscure answers and avoid the easiest ones. A scoreless answer is an answer that nobody in our social media survey gave us. We gave our social media each of the following questions, and we're looking for an answer that no one in our social media survey gave us. So, best of luck, ladies and gentlemen. Again, it's a bit like the final countdown round. There are 2 rounds in total, and you don't need to submit until the end of the second round. So, let's play our first round of Scoreless! We asked our social media audience, can you name any Beatles top 40 singles with 3-word titles? Now, you may be surprised, but they got almost all of them. There are only 2 scoreless answers, ladies and gentlemen. Only 2 scoreless answers for this one. You're going to have 1 minute to try and find a scoreless answer and put it on the form. We only want 1 answer, ladies and gentlemen, 1 scoreless answer. So you've got a minute. Best of luck. Time starts now. There we go, ladies and gentlemen. No need to submit anything yet. We've got 1 more round of Scoreless! So, we gave our social media audience this question. Can you name any national flags that contain the colour green? Remember, we're looking for a scoreless answer, an answer that nobody else gave. You've got 1 more minute on the clock. Best of luck, ladies and gentlemen. Time starts now. There we go, ladies and gentlemen. So you can get those answers in now. Get those answers in. Some good answers, ladies and gentlemen, but I'm afraid some of them are not scoreless. They are good. They're fairly obscure, but just 1 or 2 picked them up. So we're just waiting on Rusty Bucket, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see how they get on. Right. Everyone's in. We can go back and reveal the answers. Now, we're not going to reveal if anyone has got a scoreless answer. So you'll obviously know if you've got one yourself. But we're not going to tell you if the other teams have got them. We're just going to reveal them to keep the suspense until the final round. So, for the Beatles, I mentioned there's only 2. Now, Ain't She Sweet was released with the original drummer, Pete Best. It's the highest charting single without Ringo's star. And Baby It's You was a part of their touring act from 1961 until 1964. And it was on their first album, Please Please Me. For the flags, a few more up for grabs. You could have had Azerbaijan, Bolivia, Central African Republic, Jordan, Maldives, Zimbabwe. You also could have had Sudan, Oman, Gambia, or Zambia, ladies and gentlemen. They were the ones that our social media audience didn't get. With that, we're back to the studio and we've got one more round for you. This final round is the only game show to make it onto a primetime slot in both the UK and the US and be largely popularised through a new medium, that is YouTube. Different ways of watching media have become all the rage. We've now got everything from YouTube to Facebook Live to Instagram Live through to Netflix, Amazon On Demand, well, Amazon Prime I should say, Hulu, Disney Plus, you name it. The amount of ways of watching things has gone through the roof. It's made it incredibly difficult for game shows to decide when they should air and if they should air at all. Like I mentioned, this final game show has been largely popularised through YouTube and it has been on a primetime slot in the US and the UK. Lots of people have made their own versions of at home as well. It's this one, ladies and gentlemen.
10 games, each 60 seconds. Playing with household items can make you $1 million.
Now, it's Minute to Win It.
The game begins in 3, 2, 1.
Welcome to 2 minutes to win it, ladies and gentlemen. We give you 2 minutes. It means that we're not breaking any copyright laws, and it also means you get an extra bit of time to prepare. Because I'm going to show you the blueprints for the game now. It's another challenge. The only thing with this challenge is we do ask you to submit or start your upload within the 2 minutes. Here are the blueprints for the game.
Face the biscuit! The human face composes of lots of muscles, with the main ones helping to make a smile or frown. In this challenge, you must move a biscuit from the forehead to the mouth, using only the muscles in your face. If a biscuit drops, you must take another and start again.
There we go, ladies and gentlemen. Now, we didn't ask you to bring a biscuit, so I'm going to provide you with some suggested alternatives. Maybe you could use a slice of carrot. I suggest that every game show. No one's ever done it. Other alternatives that are more likely are a tea bag. A lot of people have a lot of success with a tea bag. You could use a biscuit or a cookie, of course. Maybe a bit of rice cake. A crisp. It's completely up to you, ladies and gentlemen. We would just say, please be careful. Don't use something that's a choking hazard and make sure it's sanitary. Other than that, ladies and gentlemen, best of luck. 2 minutes on the clock. Well, the timer, you'll see. The timer does all the talking for me. But 2 minutes on the clock. Please start the upload within the 2 minutes. 5 points up for grabs if you complete the challenge. Here we go. Final one of the evening. And I will say one last thing. It's very close. Best of luck.
The game begins in 3, 2, 1.
There we go, ladies and gentlemen. So, Ed has told me that he went into one of the breakout rooms and they absolutely nailed it. Absolutely nailed it. I'm not going to say who. I'll announce at the end just because we don't want to give away too much. But they've absolutely nailed it. Right, ladies and gentlemen, you can close YouTube now. It's all going to be on Zoom. So you can close YouTube and we're going to do a short intermission and then we're going to reveal the winners. So well done. Thank you so much for embracing the game show. And we'll see you in a few. How are we feeling, Sam? Nervous?
No, confident.
Confident. Love it. Love it.
Seen Sarah with the biscuit challenge. She was fantastic.
Yeah.
And I think an Edge saw it, so I think we get extra points. She did it A, incredibly quickly, B, twice, and C, while she's in the office. So I think a definite bonus point.
So I can reveal, ladies and gentlemen, that here we go. Let's do the points. Let's do the points. Well done, ladies and gentlemen. I can reveal. Well, first of all, actually, I'm gonna give you a massive round of applause. Thank you so much for embracing the game show night. You all did very, very well. Good stuff. As Sam rightly said, Sarah absolutely nailed the final challenge. According to Ed, it was unbelievable. He went in to check and it was under sort of 20 seconds. So massive round of applause for Sarah there. In the office as well. In the office, no messing about. Well done. Did you keep the headset on, Sarah?
Yep, headset stayed on.
No problems.
What can I say? We all need a special skill.
Oh, we love that. Has anyone ever heard of the honest CV, where you rank all the things that you're really good at, but you would never put on a CV? You can now put on the face the biscuit, Sarah. So very, very well done. Good.
Right up the top.
Right up the top. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, well done. And I just want to say as well, a massive thank you from me. As I said, this is my business, and we used to do scavenger hunts. The pandemic hit, we didn't know what to do, we didn't really get any support, and we went away and built these games. And now we're doing this more than we're doing our scavenger hunts. So thank you so much, we hope you had lots of fun, you were awesome, well done. Okay, the moment that you've all been waiting for, the scores, ladies and gentlemen. So we'll do a bit of a drum roll. Did the alpha males bring it back? Did anyone get a scoreless answer? Now, we haven't received the videos for two of the teams. They said they've done it. We'll give them benefit of the doubt. But we will also say that if anyone wants to get the proof, then you can ask for the videos, what we say. But here we go, ladies and gentlemen. On a very commendable 63 points, I will say all of you have scored particularly well. But on 63 points, ladies and gentlemen, in third position, they didn't quite. It was alpha males, ladies and gentlemen. Well done. 63. Now, I'll tell you what, though. A lot of teams have walked away with a victory on that amount of points. So there's definitely no shame in 63. On a whopping 66 points, ladies and gentlemen. Sam looking at me like, get on with it. Come on. 66 points. Rusty Bucket, meaning in first position, ladies and gentlemen, on 68 points. Risky Quizness. They did it. They did it, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes, team. Yes, team.
Unbelievable. Well, so, had you got the bankers deal, you would have been on 71. You would have been close to that top score. If you've got a scoreless answer and the bankers deal, you could have drawn the top score. So, a very 60 and above, guys, is smashed. You smashed it. Well done.
I've got to say, look, I'm sure Sarah's biscuit was amazing, but Serena, she took 94 seconds to do the putting in her mouth, but she didn't give up. She kept it going, persistent. So amazing work.
Well done, Serena. Let's give her a round of applause. Go on. tenacity to the end there, and sealed the win. Sealed the win. So well done. Okay, guys, we'll make you the host now, Sam. So obviously, the call is yours if you want to stay on and socialise or whatever you want to do now. So thank you so much. That's it from us. All I would say, if you get the chance to leave a Google review, if anyone in the team has the time to do that, it's extremely helpful for us because people don't really know this thing exists yet, and we're trying to get a bit of a ball rolling, a bit of social proof. So if you're able to leave a review, you just click on the link on the chat box. We also do public games at the weekend. At the moment, we're running a monthly quiz just like this, very interactive. It's not your average quiz. We give a 50% discount to anyone who's done a private game. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, that's it from me. Maybe we'll see you on the outside. Maybe we'll see you again virtually. But thank you so much for playing. Take care. Well done, Risky Quizness. And hopefully we'll see you again soon. Good stuff.
Oh, well done.
Good fun.
Yeah. So who was in
I was pretty sceptical at the start, but that was good fun. Really enjoyed that.
So who's in the winning team? James, Serena, Luke, the three of you?
Robert.
And Robert.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, ones to watch.
Robert's catching the ball behind his back with the Washington was. I mean, I've got it all on here. So.
Oh yeah, now you got it down.
That was priceless.
And Serena, any HR from Serena?
Have to call out Matthew Marty, who did an amazing job on this one as well. I have the video. It's pretty amazing.
Please can you send it to my manager for the review? I'm going to go back up.